everyone. I'm Ms. Szarnych, and I am a kindergarten teacher at Agassiz Elementary in Chicago, Illinois. And I'm so excited to read you a story tonight. I picked a story that reminds me of my kindergartners, who I miss so much. They like to build and create lots of things. Do you? And in this story, you're going to learn about a little girl who also likes to build things and create things, except sometimes her creations don't always turn out the way that she hoped or expected. Has that ever happened to you? I want you to pay really close attention to what this little girl does when her creations don't turn out the way she wanted them to. Okay, let's get started. It's called The Most Magnificent Thing, and it's written by Ashley Spires. I think she's the illustrator too. The Most Magnificent Thing. I think that's the little girl's dog. Here we go. This is a regular girl and her best friend in the whole wide world. They do all kinds of things together. They race, they eat, they explore, and they relax. Do you see them relaxing down there? She makes things. He unmakes things. Oh boy, do you see that up at the top? One day, the girl has a wonderful idea. She is going to make the most magnificent thing. Magnificent's a pretty big word. Do you guys know what that means? Magnificent. It's like wonderful or amazing. So let's see what it is. She knows just how it will look. She knows just how it will work. She's planning up at the top. Do you see? All she has to do is make it. And she makes things all the time. Easy peasy. First, she hires an assistant. Her dog is going to help her. Next, they gather their supplies. They set up somewhere out of the way and get to work. Are you sure they're out of the way? I think they're in people's way. The girl tinkers and hammers and measures while her assistant pounces and growls and chews. Do you think he's being a good assistant and helping her out? I'm not so sure about that. When she is finished, she steps back to admire her work. She walks around one side. Her assistant examines the other side. It doesn't look right. Her assistant picks it up and gives it a shake. It doesn't feel right either. They are shocked to discover that the thing isn't magnificent or good. It isn't even kind of sort of okay. It is all wrong. The girl tosses it aside and gives it another go. So she's not giving up. She's going to try again. I think that's a good idea. Do you? She smooths and wrenches and fiddles. Her assistant circles and tugs and wags. I'm not sure he's being that helpful. When she is finished, she stands up and takes a long look at it. Her assistant gives it a nudge with his paw. The thing is still wrong. Do you see how frustrated she looks? She decides to try again. So she's still not giving up. The girl saws and glues and adjusts. She stands and examines and stares. She twists and tweaks and fastens. She fixes and straightens and studies. Look, she's studying it closely. Do you think it's going to be magnificent this time? Let's see. She tries all different ways to make it better. She makes it square, she makes it round, she gives it legs, she adds antenna. She makes it fuzzy, she makes it long, short, rough, smooth, big, small. One even smells of stinky cheese. Ugh. But none of them are magnificent. Ugh. Her hard work attracts a few admirers, but they don't understand. They can't see the magnificent thing that she has in her mind. Only she knows what she wants it to look like, right? She gets mad. I'm worried that she might give up now. Let's see. The angrier she gets, the faster she works. She smashes pieces into shapes. She jams parts together. She pummels the little bits in. Her hands feel too big to work, and her brain is too full of all the not right things. If only the thing would just work. Look how angry she is now. Uh-oh. Crunch. You guys, she was already so mad, and now that she smashed her finger, do you think that's gonna make her even more mad? The pain starts in her finger. It rushes up to her brain, and she explodes. It is not her finest moment. I'm no good at this. I quit. Oh. Her assistant suggests a walk. That's a good idea to calm down, to take a little break. It's not much help at first, but before long, she starts to feel different. Bit by bit, the mad gets pushed out of her head. So at first, she wasn't feeling better yet, but after a nice long walk and maybe even getting a treat, now she's calmed down. Do you think she'll try again? As they stroll along, she comes across the first wrong thing she made. The bad feelings are about to start all over again. Then she notices something surprising. There are some parts of the wrong things that are really quite right. The bolts on one, the shape of another, the wheel to seat ratio of the next, there are all sorts of parts that she likes. So even though these didn't turn out exactly the way she wanted, she does like little parts of all of these things. Let's see what she does next. By the time she reaches the end of the trail, she finally knows how to make the thing magnificent. She gets to work. She works carefully and slowly, tinkering, hammering, twisting, fiddling, gluing, painting. Her assistant makes sure there are no distractions. And now the people are starting to notice things about her creations. This man says, "This is the perfect thing to ward off bears." The lady says, "This will stop that leak." And the little boy says, "This one's all wet." The afternoon fades into evening. Finally, she finishes. She alerts her assistant. Look, you guys, look what she made. The pair take a good long look. It leans a little to the left, and it's a bit heavier than expected. The color could use a bit of work too, but it's just what she wanted. They climb aboard and take it for a spin. They are not disappointed. It really is the most magnificent thing. And one of the things my kindergartners like to do is we like to see if the back cover and the front cover make a picture. They do. Well, everyone, I hope you enjoyed that story, and I hope you learned a little bit of a lesson like the girl learned, that sometimes you make mistakes, but you can always learn from them. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you have a great night, and boiler up.